name is Caitlyn Lahonen. I am Métis. I'm taking chemical engineering at Queen's, and I am a goalie on the women's hockey team. There's a lot of connections between engineering and hockey, not necessarily in chemical engineering maybe, but especially in physics and mechanics.
I'm Tim Bryant. I'm a professor at Queen's University in the Department of Mechanical and Materials Engineering, and I'm also part of the Department of Surgery and the School of Kinesiology and Health Studies. I was a hockey player when I was younger. In the 70s, I was part of the Kingston Frontenacs, and so I grew up with engineers and I was a hockey player. Eventually moved down to Mississauga and got very interested in the engineering aspects of it while I was still playing. It started this passion of trying to blend engineering with sport and sport equipment design. Hockey is very interesting in its progression in terms of improving the engineering that goes with the equipment and the safety associated with it. Performance improvements through design and through materials is one area where engineering really comes into play. In the 70s and 80s, there was a huge improvement in the design of skates, for example. They got lighter and they got more consistent with the way a foot actually moves, so that it was easier to get higher performance in terms of skating and really increase the speed of these athletes, as well as protecting them. Some of the materials, for example, the carbon fibers that were used in that made them lighter and stronger. The second area is in protection. So, for example, we're looking now trying to protect people from concussions. This is a basic helmet, and it's a little bit older in design, but shows you the basic construct of how the helmet would actually work. It's got a structure on the outside that protects it from impact injuries, which are just focal type injuries, pucks bouncing off of it, etc. But the main part, this foam lining that's on the inside, actually protects against concussion. So the concept is that when you get a high impact on the side, the energy gets absorbed by the internal lining and it doesn't get transmitted into the skull, which is where the concussions actually take place. Again, the engineering comes into play in two parts, the materials, but the testing, and also the basic idea of trying to protect people from those types of injuries.
As a goalie, I'm really glad that engineers have designed and tested the equipment that keeps me safe and lets me enjoy the game I love.